And here we are, less than a week later, saying, well, you know what? We've changed our minds. We're going to say to manufacturers, a number of them who are, larger companies, they employ millions of Americans, by the way, and provide millions of products, have millions of consumers and provide products to all of us. We're going to say to these folks, you somehow are the kind of manufacturers that we don't want to help. Bonus depreciation is not a loophole. It's a considered policy of the United States Congress, the House and the Senate, to try to encourage us to have more investment in America, therefore more economic growth and more jobs. And again, we're not even at the halfway point in terms of what other countries do. The UK does a lot more than we do. And when manufacturers are trying to decide where they're going to put their next plant, they look at this. And I really believe when you look back at what happened in 2017, perhaps the most effective thing that was done, and remember, it lowered the rates for businesses, but it said to businesses, if you come here and invest, you can get an immediate write-off. So expensive equipment, let's say that might go into a fab to make semiconductors. I mean, isn't that something we want to encourage? So it's not a loophole, it's a tax policy. If we were responsible, what we would do is not set up a whole other system of taxation, this so-called book tax, which is a new calculation that no one's ever seen before because it's even a change from the traditional book tax.
My dear friends, this is shocking news. Millions of Americans are beginning to lose their benefits and their coverage. Lawmakers are expressing alarm over this and now are calling on states to pause action immediately. These new changes to the law are leaving many seniors and children unable to afford prescriptions. My dear friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video for all of the details. Also, this coming Friday, I will be announcing more winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you'd like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. My friends, the more videos that you comment on, the greater your chances, friends, of winning the giveaways. According to a new analysis, more than 600,000 Americans have lost their Medicaid coverage. The analysis of state data shows that the vast majority of Americans were removed from state rolls on April 1st for not completing their paperwork. Under normal circumstances, states review their Medicaid enrollment lists to ensure every recipient qualifies for the coverage. But because of a nationwide pause in those reviews during the crisis, the health insurance program for low-income and disabled Americans kept them covered, even if they no longer qualified. Now, in what's known as a Medicaid unwinding, states are combing through rolls and deciding who stays and who goes. Individuals who are no longer eligible or who do not complete paperwork in time will be dropped from the programs. The majority of people who have lost coverage in most states were dropped because of technicalities, not because state officials determined they no longer met Medicaid income limits. 4 out of every 5 people dropped so far either never returned the paperwork or sent the required documents. Now, lawmakers and advocates are expressing alarm over the volume of people who are losing coverage and in some states calling to pause the process. In the state of Indiana, 53,000 residents lost coverage in the first month of the unwinding, 89% for procedural reasons like not returning renewal forms. Republican Representative Ed Clare expressed dismay at those staggering numbers in a Medicaid advisory group meeting. The lawmaker questioned state officials about forms being mailed to out-of-date addresses and urging them to give people more than 2 weeks' notice before canceling their medical coverage. Some individuals dropped from Medicaid will have to forgo filling prescriptions and cancel their doctor visits because they can no longer afford the care. Before the unwinding, 93 million Americans were covered by Medicare or CHIP, the Children's Health Insurance Program. Half of all kids are covered by the programs. About 15 million Americans will be dropped over the next year. as U.S. states review participants' eligibility in monthly tranches. Most people will find healthcare coverage through new jobs or qualify for subsidized plans through the Affordable Care Act. But millions of others, including many children, will become uninsured and unable to afford basic prescriptions or preventative care. The uninsured rate among those under the age of 65 is projected to rise from a historical low of 8.3% to 9.3% next year. Because each state is handling the unwinding differently, the share of enrollees dropped in the first weeks varies widely. Several states are first reviewing individuals that officials believe are no longer eligible or who have not recently used their insurance. In the state of Utah, nearly 56% of people included in early reviews were dropped. In New Hampshire, 44% of people received cancellation letters within the first 2 months. Because of the 3-year pause in renewals, many individuals on Medicaid have never been through the process or are not aware they may need to fill out long verification forms. Some people may also have moved and did not update their contact information. Nearly 250,000 Floridians reviewed in the first month of the unwinding lost coverage. 82% of them for reasons like incomplete paperwork. House Democrats from the state of Florida petitioned Governor Ron DeSantis to pause the unwinding. Advocacy coalitions in both Florida and the state of Arkansas have also called for investigations into the review process and a pause on cancellations. My friends, please comment below if you have been affected by the new changes to Medicaid. Policymakers at the Federal Reserve have been signaling that they would like to skip a rate hike in June when they meet in only 2 weeks. After 10 consecutive increases, the overnight bank funding rate has gone from near zero to the range of 5.25% since March 2022. The policy of aggressively raising rates has been designed to bring down inflation by slowing the U.S. economy. However, month after month, the data shows that it's still going strong, with job openings increasing even as hiring surpassed expectations once again. Although inflation is still more than double the target of the U.S. Central Bank, and despite the strong economic data, future traders are now betting that the Fed will keep rates at the current level. Well, my magnificent and most marvelous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. My dear friends, thank you so very much for joining me here and for being part of this community. To say thank you and to show my appreciation, I'll be announcing several winners this coming Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. My dearest friends, the more videos that you watch and then comment on, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed week.